Why, hello everyone and welcome back to PlayFrame in Final Fantasy XIV. Stormblood is on the horizon and we are approaching it rather quickly. I am real excited about it. Yes, today we are beginning the 3.5 main story quest patch, and there's just really not a lot past that before Stormblood starts, and I'm excited about all of it. But first, let's talk to the people. Everyone's moved, which means they're probably saying new things. It's not as though I do not enjoy the company of so many motivated youths. However, without Isildur around, I cannot help but feel somewhat isolated. He got carried away with his training, lest you wonder, and injured his back. Alien's been looking after him ever since. Oh, goodness. Well, get well soon, Isildur. It's a bit overwhelming, quite frankly, having spent so much time on the road, often by myself. Yet I will try to approach this as a learning experience, as I did my travels. Had I not kept an open mind, after all, I doubt I would have been able to master the ethereal blade, nor would I have benefited from the rather pointed advice I received. There is no one path, as some are given to say, and there is wisdom in exploring every school of magic, as there is in exploration of all things. I'm very glad you've decided to hang around. Here, let's just go in order here. Believe me, I know all too well the burden that is a precocious sibling. We should trade tales over a drink sometime, or perhaps even the four of us. And you? But I have a precocious sibling too, and I'm sure she'd be happy to join us. Oh, as if you wouldn't try to get rid of me at the first opportunity. Don't you drag me into this mess. I was corrected previously. I thought this was a spurned lover or a spurned, crush or something, but no, it's just an embarrassed sibling. Both funny, honestly. Tataru, we'll talk to you in a minute. I gotta check in with everyone else first. I told her everything that happened. She needed to know, and I thought it would be best if it came from me. It's strange to think back on the circumstances of our first meeting. We were all so very young, so foolish, so powerless. In that moment she departed this realm for the first, I heard her speak to me. I know this to be true, just as I know that she will one day return to us. In those final moments, she was smiling, was she not? She was proud and hopeful and looking to the future. So I will too, Dermin. I will. I'm glad. I like that optimism. I'm also glad that Convenient Chipmunk has decided to join the ranks. Happy to have you. I'm sure we'll find some role for you in this organization. So, how are y'all doing? And there I was worried about how to brief Papalimo on the many momentous events which we have borne witness to in recent memory. Little did I know I need only leave Hori to it. Oh, I bet. So, Alphino, we all know he's got his mind made up. The Crystal Braves are no more. It's all over. Bam! You haven't got to go home, but you can't stay here. But Riol, he's not having it. Won't even let old Alfie finish. Telling the whole story. With aplomb. My word, Dermin. I must confess to some considerable amazement at the great trials and tribulations you and the others have recently overcame. I must again apologize for our prolonged absence, and for the fact that we have yet to answer your many questions. As for Ida, well, all things in time, I suppose. Glad you're getting caught up. Still lost in thought over here? I guess I was just so caught up in thinking about, well, everything, that I dozed off for a moment. I'll leave you to it. I've been thinking, Dermin, when time allows, we should go and pay a visit to Gabu with Alice. Though their time together was short, I know she felt a kinship with the young child. That's not a bad idea. I'm sure the world will stop being on fire long enough at some point for us to go do a visit. But okay, I've talked to everyone. Tataru, how goes? Tataru has a request for you. Ah, Dermin, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Very well, I accept. Where is that? Ah, it's here, of course. Just a spot right here in Mordona. In fact, we've probably been there and I just didn't remember its name. Try spending a little more time around here now. Is it upstairs or are we here? Perfect. And now we wait. I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Okay. Hello? Right, everyone? Ready to go to work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. There, all finished. The Warrior of Light's every measurement, from heroic head to intrepid toe. You could have asked. I guess you did. Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Derman. All in good time. Aha! Found you. Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seems to think it was very important. Go on, we have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Very well, glad I could help. Participate. I think I did something. Somewhere in there. I showed up.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
You won't.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Well, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our number step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! You're... Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Y'shtola! Please, you have to help her!
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I should depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Krile, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
You know, Y'shtola, you're pretty good at this job. I'm just saying.
I suspect the ill tidings from Gyr Abania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Okay. Y'all good? After conferring with Y'shtola, we've decided to focus our attentions on the East Shroud. Someone needs to keep an eye on the border, not to mention the Sylphs. I don't feel like I've quite nailed your new voice actor's sound yet, Papalimo. Not that I'm a perfect imitator of a lot of these people, it's just I felt like I very much had a bead on the previous voice actor sound for Papa Lemon. I haven't got this one down yet. I'll get there. I hate leaving Nago like this, but I know Kryl and Tataru will take good care of her. Well, I'll see y'all after. I gotta go to... geez, Ishgard, this is gonna be cold. Well, it'll have to do. It does have sleeves. And a little bandana. So I'm a little warmer. Might have to dig the old poncho out of the closet, though. If they make me go somewhere with actual snow. Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard? Oh, just the next emergency, you know. I see. Wait here. I'll summon Sir Emmerich. It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. But to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will, of course, send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? I thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Andalup that he is to... Hang on. Andalup? Probably? Close enough. That he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Derman, pray accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speed you on your way. Thank you. So, traveling buddies. Lucia seems eager to set forth for Gridania. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the gates of judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Okay. Listen, I sure am not going to be the one delaying us moving to a warmer climate. Gonna have to figure out how a monk dresses for the weather. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not I concede that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. That makes sense. Well, okay, but if he's going to spend time sorting out business there, then I am going to go bundle up. Whew. Oh, okay, much better. All right, I'm ready. Are you ready? The garrison commander awaits within. Why not accompany me, Derman? You may see a familiar face. Really? Well, hello. Derman, old boy. How wonderful to see you. And Sir Emmerich, too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Onowa. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to a garlet. I mean to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols, as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? A little bit, yeah. You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. The portrait's a nice touch. Yet we can but play the hand we are dealt. And with a little help from the veterans, and Honora's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. Good to see you. Well, good for him. Oh, y'all left without me. Okay, fine. I only stopped to chat for a second, come on. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as I was when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. Probably not. Sir Emmerich is ready to— actually, hang on. Haven't chatted with either of you yet. I bid welcome to our visitors from Ishgard. Thank you. It seems so peaceful. One would scarce believe that Baelsar's wall and wretched Alamigo lie but a few short malms away. It's kind of true. They really don't stress enough, I don't think, how close Gridania is to the border of Imperial-controlled territory. Sir Emmerich is ready to attend the council. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Historically, yes. Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? Thank you. I'm not gonna take damage in there. But thanks for the regen, I guess. Well, let's go to the meeting. Let me in, please. The envoy from Ishgard is arrived? Very good. This way, if you please. Ah, and the Lamenson party as well. Hello. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Derman, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Of course. Master Derman, I was glad to hear from Riol that the missing scions have now been found. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand. Shall we?
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Baelsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal. On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Darn, LSA adds just such a nice dynamic to a lot of our existing groups. Brings more out of Alphino as well. That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmerich? Master Alphino, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alice, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Derman for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. I also wished to thank our Doman ally. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yuguri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are all grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray, convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Papalimo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs, not to mention what has been going on at Belsar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Okay. Excellent. And the sun's coming out. Happy day. To Revenant's Toll then, and why do I not do this more often? It's faster. Even now, I'm astonished by how closely Mistress Alice resembles Master Alphino. Their very mannerisms are alike. From a distance, I should be hard-pressed to tell one from the other, until they opened their mouths, of course. Yes, that does tend to make it pretty immediately apparent which one you are speaking to. Welcome back, Derman. I don't know about you, but I am heartily glad that all the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak? I doubt I'll ever feel at home in the realm of politics. Oh, LSA, I've missed you. That said, people have been known to change. And if my brother's willing to run his own errands, anything's possible. I'm so glad you're here. Heavenly eggnog, you say? Scrambled eggs? Spaghetti carbonara? Goodness, you did pack heavy, food-wise. But only one of them is described as heavenly, so there it is. Well, why don't we go ahead and wrap it up for today, and we will continue the 3.5 patch next time. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you on whatever day of the week. Friday, I want to say. I lose track sometimes. Take care, all of you, and goodbye!